Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I'm your host, Ed Troxel, and I am the tech-savvy business strategist helping small business owners like yourself overcome your obstacles, whether it's preparing things for your business, getting your systems and everything in place, to overcoming your tech challenges. That's what I help you with. This is a weekly talk show. We were going live Monday through Friday. We switched things up for a little bit here, and we're going live on Tuesdays. So every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will be live here on the page, and you can always catch the replay. When you join, even if you're watching the replay, be sure to say hello, just like Whit did. Welcome, Whit. Hello, hello. You want to make sure that you say hello at the very least in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. It's super important. One, it lets me know that you're here and that I'm doing my job, right? And that you're doing your job by showing up, delivering, and engaging. Those are my 3 core values. And it also allows you to get noticed by others. That's the big thing. That's what I really want you to understand is when you comment on my broadcasts and anyone else around Facebook land, you are going to stand out. You're going to get noticed. So you want to make sure that you do that both during the live and on the replay. It's super important. All of my broadcast gets put back onto my website and gets indexed by Google. So when you Google your name, you can actually be found through my website, right? So it's really helpful, especially if you're just starting out. So I'm just saying, I'm trying to help you guys out. Welcome everyone popping into the chat. I love it. Say hello. Let me know how your day is going. Did you guys have a good weekend? I know I did. It was really interesting because I was able to head down to San Diego. I was able to fly down to a client's house and really work with them on strategy sessions and really building out their next big thing, right? We took their idea and we planned everything. We filmed, we edited some content for them, did this whole thing. It was basically like full-on mastermind weekend. It was so awesome. So I'm super excited about that, and the work we did was awesome. So shout outs to those who were involved. I appreciate everything that you did and helped us out with. And for those who are new for the show, we like to cover some random news, so we're going to talk about that in a second. Then we'll have a quick commercial break, and then we'll jump into today's content, which is all about Facebook business pages. Yes, one of my favorite topics, and what new update came out and why it's important for you guys. So stick around, don't go anywhere, tag your friends, share this out. We're going to get into that here in just a few minutes. Let me catch up on the chat, and then we're going to talk about random news. So, Whit said I started putting my videos on my blog after the last video you did. Yes! That's what I'm talking about, you guys. Those who are new, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I love to hear. You popping in the comments, you letting all of us know that you learned something, big or small. Just that you learned something from one of my broadcasts is huge. It means the world to me, and it shows that you guys are not only learning, but you're implementing as well. So I appreciate that, and I'm so glad you're doing that, Whit. So awesome. If you guys didn't watch last week's episode, no worries. I got you covered. Sign up for my newsletter. I put it in the comments. If you go to edtroxel.com, that's got all your tools and resources. The biggest thing I can tell you is you got to get on the newsletter because I send a weekly newsletter that recaps everything for you that I've done throughout the week. And you don't want to miss some of the blog posts that I did last week because they're really awesome that are going to cover Facebook and how you can start having your videos on your blog because it's important to blog. Trust me, it's important. Do that. Tabitha says, I saw your pic and wondered how exciting it was. Yeah. If for those who are curious, I did post one picture, just one, on the business page with some vineyards in the background. It was super cool. That was an awesome weekend. I just got back late last night. And, I just got to tell you, when you have your vision, because we all have those ideas and we can see where we want to go, but sometimes it's really hard to go to the next step, even those baby steps. But when we allow ourselves to invite somebody, an expert like myself, come in and help us, that's when we really can take those next level steps and really be able to move forward in our business. So we take those things that we're thinking about and we actually implement. We actually take action on them. And I can't tell you guys how exciting that is for me every time when I help someone take those next steps. And I know that for some of you, it's a struggle because there's so many different reasons, right? There could be that you don't think that you're ready. There could be instances where you maybe got burned real bad by the last person you worked with. That happens a lot, trust me, a lot. That's kind of like one of the top ones there. Maybe you just aren't sure what to ask for. Even though you need help, you just don't know what to ask for, so you don't ask anything and you don't explain. I get it. We've all been there, myself included. And the most important advice I can give you is you just have to start. You just have to start. You got to show up, deliver, and engage. And I'm here for you. So remember that. Whether you're watching this show every week and that's just what you need, or if you need some extra help, join the Hey Ed community. You guys, that's my membership. It's a monthly membership for those who are new. It's one fee, one low fee every month, and you get me all day long, every day for that month, and a community of like-minded people around business, and you get support. So even if you're not sure, if you're like, listen, I posted something on my Facebook business page, I'm not really sure, was this the right thing to post? I mean, simple questions and more complex questions. It just depends. That's just kind of a random example, but like, what equipment should I be using for my Facebook Lives? How should I go about SEO? What is SEO? Like anything around business and tech, we deal with that inside the Hey Ed community. So if you have questions, let me know. Ask me, because I know that I can help you with the Hey Ed community, with my membership there, and we can take you to the next level, and you really don't have to do, one-on-ones for the most part. I try to prevent you having to do a one-on-one because they're more expensive, and it's different. I try to take care of you as much as possible inside the membership community. So keep that in mind. Let your friends know, because it's huge, and I know that we can take you to the next level, and your friends as well. So there's that. Welcome everyone popping in. All right, so let's jump into random news. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and let's take a look. How many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you like Flamin' Hot Cheetos? I like Cheetos. I'm not so big on the Flamin' Hots, but they have gained so much popularity over the years that they just had in LA a pop-up Flamin' Hot Cheetos restaurant. Yeah, it's crazy. They had it from September 18th to the 20th, so just a couple days, and they had this full-on menu of Flamin' Hot Cheeto everything. You guys, they even had, down here, I'm going to bring it up, they even had for dessert, cheetah, cheetah churros and some hot cakes. Like, I just don't know. I don't know how your stomach is going to feel after all of this, but isn't it interesting how you can take a product like Cheetos, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, see the need, see how popular they are. In fact, I was just with somebody yesterday, who bought a bag of these and couldn't stop eating them. They take this idea of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and they run with it, and the chef created all these different meal options for a pop-up restaurant. It gets attention because it's taking the, it's like, now that's a bit much. I agree. But it got people's attention, right? Because it's taking something that's popular, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and it's making a pop-up restaurant, so the overhead's not going to be too much, right? It's only a couple days, and it's very exclusive, and they have this full-on menu with those in there. So it gives that curiosity. People want to know, oh, this is like next level. Am I going to like this or am I not? Is it going to be sweet and spicy? Is it just going to be spicy? We don't know. And so it brings up that curiosity. So that's one thing in random news today. Now here, this one is another interesting one. Hood Rat Snacks. Now, sticking with the Cheetos here, Hood Rat Snacks is a real thing, and it is a subscription box. I am not kidding. This is an interesting one. So for Hood Rat Snacks, you could have a subscription to Hot Cheetos and Cheese, Frito Pie Kit, and the ultimate, kit with all of these other things in there, which I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely not my style. I'm on the health kick, and the fitness stuff, so this is definitely going against everything I need to be working on. But for those who are interested, there is the Hood Rat Snacks. And, the name is interesting. Now, because we talk about business and the user experience and, really breaking things down, I'm curious, even on the replay, what do you guys think of, the name, Hood Rat Snacks, but also, what do you think of the font that's used here? For me, when I first saw this, and when I still see it right now, I kind of, I don't talk too much about branding because I know a little bit of branding, but that's not like my main focus, so I don't really talk about it a lot. But for me, the font used here, I feel like there could be a better one to make this just pop more. But the website, I will say, from the user perspective, user experience here, it's pretty clean, straightforward. You got your product shots here, and you know what you're getting, and then they have, the follow, and they have some things going on here. So, and they're in Texas. So if anybody was curious, they're out of Texas. So that's a little interesting subscription box there. The font is very busy, Tabitha. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot going on with that font. And then also, you guys, here's the bonus. This is why you guys tune in, right? Notice that it's a slide. There's a slider. This is what we call a slider because the image keeps changing. It's a little fast, and typically you don't really want to have a slider on your homepage. There's different reasons for that, but if you're going to have one, maybe not have it so fast. It's hard for me to say just off the top of my head here if this works for them or not because of the product shots. The short little, there's not too much going on in the shots, and it's kind of a quick boom, boom, boom. It may work for them. Not a fan. Hey, Latoya, welcome. I can't get past the name. Yeah, Hood Rat Snacks, they could probably take this pretty far, to be honest. Like, I would like to see a little bit more variety here. But yeah, it's interesting. Now, last but not least for the random news, because I just had so much to tell you guys. Last week or the week before, Apple came out with their events, and then they released the new iPhones, and they're talking about the different pricing and everything. How many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, are about to go get the new iPhone? I will tell you, I like the iPhone X Max. Such a mouthful. But I'm going to currently stick with my 7 Plus because it's still a great phone and I really enjoy it. But they have me sold on the new camera, and that's usually what I upgrade for. I know a lot of you asked me about that, so that's why I wanted to mention it. What I wanted to say about this part here is notice that there's all these different options with different price ranges. How do you feel about that? Even if you're watching the replay, let me know whether you're an iPhone lover or not. I'm curious to know, as a business owner, what you think about having these 5 options here. Is it too many options? Would you prefer to have less? The reason I ask you that and why I'm sharing this with you is because this is an interesting quote that I'm about to tell you from Tim Cook that I think is interesting because as a small business owner, we are always trying to niche down, right? Especially when we first start out of the gate. We're always trying to niche our focus down and really try to get away from that I'm helping everyone to I'm really helping, the small business owner who struggles with XYZ. I'm that solution, right? We really try to name like one problem, one solution. But what's interesting from Tim Cook's perspective on this new launch is he said, we want to serve everyone. And then he goes on to say, we understand that there's a wide range of what customers are looking for and a wide range of prices that people will pay. So it's just interesting to note that on top of the options, and I'm curious, even if you're watching the replay, what your thoughts on that, so let me know. Whit says, no, but I like the talking emojis that you can create on the upgrade. Yeah, the talking emojis are pretty awesome. So that's what we got going on for the random news. We're going to take a quick commercial break here, and then we'll be back to talk about the Facebook business pages and what update just happened and why it's important for you, whether you have a business page and or a Facebook group. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, guys. So how many of you guys have a Facebook business page? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. And if you have one, please share the link to it. Like, go ahead, it's okay. Put the link in the comments and let us know also what you do on your business page. For example, don't just drop the link, but drop the link and say, like a one-liner or two-liner, letting us know what you do. You know, for me, I share business and tech tips on my business page. So just to give people kind of an idea, because they might not know right off the bat from your business page name. Go ahead and drop that into the comments, even if you're watching the replay. Now, with business pages, I'm going to give you kind of just a quick little history of why I stuck with them and kind of where I'm at with mine, so that way it can give you an idea of where we're going with this. When Facebook came out, you know, they had the personal profiles, then they added the Facebook business pages, and then they added groups. And a lot of people went straight from personal profiles, quickly made a page, forgot about the page, and then went and dove into the groups, which is fine, that's okay. And a lot of people didn't want to make any kind of updates on their business pages, because a lot of the times people weren't going to see those posts unless you, pay to play, right? Facebook wants you to pay for advertising in order to get your posts seen from a business page. So a lot of business owners were like, okay, well, let's try to work the system here and just go straight into groups, create a free group, a public, a private, a closed, whatever, and we'll just get our audience to join those groups, and then we can, you know, share all of our business stuff and sell in there. And we don't have to pay, right? But with the Facebook algorithm updates recently as well, that has changed, and it's even harder to get posts seen not only on your business page feed, but also in Facebook groups. And then, of course, they added Facebook group subscriptions, which is a whole nother ballgame. But while this was all going on, I decided that I was going to go against the grain and just keep building my page up. I wasn't going to worry about trying to do the whole group thing. I went through and wanted to just keep building my page. And I thought, as long as this is my thinking, okay, guys, and I want you to pay attention. I thought, as long as I can continue to show up, deliver good content, and engage with anybody who joins in the conversation, I'll be good to go. And that's just my job. Like, I have to do that part, and then the Facebook algorithm and the universe will make it happen and make those posts get seen by others when they're ready, right? And so I continued with that, and I have been still to this day, and really have put that focus into my business page. That has allowed me to slowly, organically grow that following on my page here. I will tell you guys that 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I did run for the first time ever a paid ad for my new online course, How to Start a Business in 5 Easy Steps, and I think it was the Hey Ed membership. I think I ran an ad just for like 7 days just to test it, because you know me, I'm all about testing. And up until that point, I actually had no paid advertising. So I tried that. It was okay. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't expecting much out of it. And for 20 bucks, I decided, you know what, let me just test it and see. I'm sure I'll be testing in the future again. But for that small test, yes, I got a lot of reach. Did I see any return on that? No. Doesn't mean don't do Facebook ads. Just means that you want to make sure that any kind of investment you're making there, whether it's Facebook ads or courses or whatever, like you want to make sure that you are already established and know what you're doing. And in this case, I was just testing a small audience, and I didn't really dive so deep into, the targeted markets and stuff. So just being open and honest with you guys so you know, but it's always interesting to test and to know what you're going for. So I've done that up to this point. That was just the only advertising I did. Now, with my page, you'll notice that I have more followers than likes, and the reason for that is because I instruct people to not only like, but follow my page. And I actually have changed my wording. Most of the time when I let people know about my page, I say, oh, you can follow my page and turn on your notifications to see first. I kind of leave out the like part because I don't really care about the like. Sure, it's cool, but I want people to follow and see first my post. See how the language changes there. And when you start changing how you present things, then people start picking up on that. Hey, Rashonda, thank you. I'm glad. Facebook, perfect. You guys are popping in. You're excellent. And I love that you guys are adding not only your Facebook pages, for those just joining, you can add your Facebook page, but also let us know what you share over there. Give us a one-liner or a two-liner. So when it comes to the Facebook business page, I've been focused on that and building that up. And you've seen it. We've done some episodes here where I show you. There's some times where the post was so good and it reached 10 people, which is super depressing. And then there's some posts, especially lately, I don't know what's going on, but lately on my page at least, some of my posts have been over 300 for the reach. And I've had tons of comments and engagement. It's been awesome. So, you just never know, which is why you just have to keep doing it. You just got to keep doing the work and not give up on it. Then, if you are running a Facebook group, that's great. I want you to stay tuned here because I'm going to show you the important thing you need to know about this new update for Facebook business pages. So, we've been working on the business page. Some of you may or may not have a business page, and that's okay. The importance of a business page is so that you can share your business to the world. It's kind of like your website, but it doesn't replace your website. Okay? You have to have your, you know what? Let me get the whiteboard because you guys like the whiteboard. So let me get that because that's fun and it makes it more interesting. So hang tight. Let's get this going here. Let's get this going. I gotta make sure I don't step on the dog. Okay, cool. So you have your website, your Facebook biz page, and then some of you, I know that's hard to read, huh? Let me get a different pen. Okay, you have your website, your Facebook biz page. Cool, that's better. Perfect. Okay, so you got those two, right? This is important. This is number one for a reason. This is number two because this should lead back to this. It's a good thing that this is not art class because I would be failing right now. That's why I stick to business and tech, okay? So Facebook business page. Then some of you may or may not have a Facebook group. This can lead back to this, and it certainly should lead back to this. Make sense? Like we're doing this whole flow, and I put them in order for a reason because that's how it goes. Then all of us, if you're watching me on Facebook, all of us, I'm going to put this kind of like 1.5, have a personal profile. Right? Like that's like our thing because we can't have either of these if we don't have a Facebook account. So there's that. So you have that option going on there. Now, Facebook has allowed business pages to easily comment and share posts as if you are a personal profile. So if you haven't experienced that yet, you need to start playing with that. Like right now, if you're watching this broadcast, it's easier to do from a computer because if you're on your mobile, on your phone, you may not be able to see the button. But if you're on your desktop, you could switch to your page. There's going to be a little drop down in the lower right that allows you to switch to your page. Okay? In fact, let me see if I can bring that up on my computer just to show you guys what's going on here. Yeah, perfect. I'm going to use my friend Midori's to show, oops, let's go here. All right, so my good friend Midori here had this video, and here is the little drop down that I was mentioning, okay? I can like and comment as my personal profile, but if I click on this arrow, I can actually go over to my business page. There it is. And then you can see I already had laughed about it, and then I could comment and share, but I would do it as my business page. So Facebook has allowed us to do this. No problem, Wait, take care. Facebook has allowed us to engage as our business page because they don't want us doing it as a personal profile. They're trying to keep business and personal separate. In fact, if you're just doing it from your personal profile, you are running the risk of getting shut down completely, and then you lose all access to everything Facebook. So don't do that. You want to use your Facebook business page. So now that has been taken care of for us. Facebook just came out with an option for groups, which allows group owners. So if you are running a group, this is why it's important. So whether or not you have a business page, if you or someone you know is running a Facebook group, they need to be checking their settings and they need to ask themselves, is this something that they want to allow? I personally think yes, especially if it's business, because all the groups that I'm a part of, almost every single one of them, is for business purposes. So all of them should be turning this on. But there may be some cases where you don't do that. So think about it. If you're a group, Facebook group owner, or you know someone who is, make sure you tell them about this. Let them know. Ed said there's this new option, and you need to make sure that you turn it on or at least consider it. So here it says membership requests from pages. And you can see there's now an option to allow pages to join as a member. Why is that significant? Why do we care? Why do we care about that? Because as a business owner, if we can engage and interact as our business page, we can deliver the value, we can connect with others inside that group, and then when they hover over our profile image, or they click on our profile, where do they end up? Where do they end up, guys? Right here. Directly on our business page. And then where can they go? If you have the link in your bio, because all of you guys do, and it's in your About section, right? Right? Then they can go directly to your website. It's a whole system. It's a funnel that we have to pay attention to. So, exactly, Tabitha. Great job. Yes, on the business page. So, you have to remember, up until this point, groups only allowed us to be a personal profile, which If people hover or click on our personal profile, they may or may not be able to see anything about our business page, which they don't want to go do that work. I do, because that's part of my job, is to research and check out your profiles and make sure you guys got those websites in there at the very least. But most people aren't going to do that. They want to be able to click, oh, bye. That's it. So now, instead of doing just this for Facebook groups, we can engage and interact as Facebook business pages, assuming the group leader has allowed this. Group leaders, if you have any groups that are about business, please turn it on. This is valuable for us. It's very valuable. That's how we are all going to grow our pages and our businesses and our connections. And then what I want you all to make sure you do is that this business page of yours has your correct website. I want you to do that. That's your homework today. Okay? So I hope that all makes sense. I hope that's helpful for you when you're thinking about your business page and whether or not you should use it and all of that stuff. The answer is yes. Use your Facebook business page. Get on a schedule. Do whatever you need to do to post on there, to go live on there, to engage and comment on other people's posts. And then if possible, start joining the Facebook groups as your business page, if they allow it. That's the big one. And if you're already in a business group right now, bring this conversation up if it hasn't already been brought up, and ask people, hey, are we going to turn this feature on in the group? Because this would be of interest to me. Because I'll tell you right now, no one really is talking about this. All the groups I'm in, I have not seen any posts talk about this. I've only found one post, and I don't even think it was inside of a Facebook group. I think it was just a page that shared it. So really start having this conversation with those groups that you're in, because it's going to be valuable for everyone. And most people aren't going to know about this setting because Facebook didn't put big flashy lights out saying, hey, guess what? This is a new feature. They quietly just said, hey, this is an option, and you can see it's a really small option. I will put the link. Let me grab the link right now. I'll put the link to this here in the actual comments so you can share it in groups if you want. And then, right after this broadcast, after I get this uploaded, I'm going to put it on my website as a blog post, and I actually am going to have more content. I have written out a whole blog post around this topic so that you can have more information around this and see the value in it, and then you can share that out and definitely comment on that blog post. So once that's uploaded, I'll be sure to pop that into the comments as well so that you have it, okay? If you need anything else, you know where to find me, edtroxel.com. And like I said, if you guys have any questions or need any help, join the Hey Ed membership community. It will pay for itself, I promise you, and you won't regret it. There's a reason why nobody has canceled in the 7, I think we're going on 8 months that it's been up and running. No one has canceled. It's huge. And we are doing the work, and we're getting things checked off our list. So be sure to check that out and to join, because we would love to have you, and I'd love to help you in more ways. So have a fantastic week if I don't see you beforehand. And if you need anything, you know where to find me, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.